Hello. Okay, until like 2 days ago, pretty much the only genuine criticism I had seen about trying to be off your phone or reduce your screen time or going analog, which by the way, I do not think that those are all necessarily the same thing, although they are interlinked. But anyway, one of the only genuine criticisms I had seen was that it's performative. Yawn. Guys, we've been through this, okay? We know all the world's a stage. We know that we were all born naked and the rest is just drag. Like, keep up. There is so much shit that we do as people that is essentially just performing. There are things that are 100 times worse to be performing than reading a fucking book instead of scrolling on TikTok. I'm so sorry to say that. But anyway, I was listening to a podcast called Taboo on the Bus. Hello, yes, I did not keep to my word. I'm still listening to podcasts. I truly need to stop. However, she noted that going analog or going towards physical media has the potential to inspire overconsumption, or at least just consumerism in general. And yes, you're absolutely fucking right. Oh my god, one of my earrings has fallen out. I didn't even notice. I was literally just saying in one of my last videos that being on your phone is actually not going to fix everything for you because it will leave space in your life that you'll want to fill with something. I am filling it with clearly listening to podcasts again and eating sweets apparently, and I had not quite big brain connected the dots that it has the massive potential that the space will be filled by objects or buying things. People are already buying things to replace what they're doing on their phones, and I'm not immune to this. Okay, I just bought a pocket diary because I didn't want to use my phone calendar anymore. However, I did buy it on Vinted, not to defend myself here because I'm sure you can overconsume secondhand items, but you're stopping that thing from going to landfill at the end of the day, so I truly don't think it's comparable in the same way to overconsuming things that you're buying new. But maybe that is just something to bear in mind. Like, if you do want to get something to replace scrolling on your phone, you're thinking of picking up a new hobby or whatever, like, fantastic. But anything that you could possibly fucking think of or want already exists on this earth secondhand. I truly believe that. Anything you want or need, there is someone that already has it and doesn't want it, who could maybe even give it you for free on like fucking Facebook Marketplace or a local neighbourhood groups. Or can you buy it in a charity shop or on eBay or Vinted secondhand? If you desperately need something new to replace your phone or a screen, can you get it secondhand? If you can't, maybe just ask yourself, do I actually need to buy this thing? Or am I just buying this thing so that I can feel like I'm filling the void left by my phone with something else? Am I just buying it to get that instant gratification? Am I just buying it to make myself feel like I'm doing something about my phone addiction or whatever it is? Next, if you truly want to move towards physical media, going analog, fantastic. Can you do that at the library? Libraries have books, but they also have CDs, DVDs. Some libraries even have objects. There is a thing library not too far from me, and you can go and, like, I don't know, borrow fucking Hoover or whatever you want. Guys, it's literally free. It's free, guys, and you don't need to clutter your surroundings. You're not destroying the planet. You're supporting your local community. You're showing that we still want these communal spaces and we are going to use them. Go to the library. Save yourself some money. Check out a book and literally don't read it. I don't care. Let's just show our support, because these places are actually in danger and they stand for everything that this no phone, no screen, going analog movement should stand for as well. Which brings me to my last point. Let's remind ourselves, guys, why are we doing this? Why are we trying to get off our phones, to get away from screens, to bring inconvenience and friction back into our lives, to engage with things physically again, to consume things intentionally, to consume things less or more slowly? Why are we doing that when the way that things are in the world is asking us to do the opposite? Yes, we want to reclaim our time, we want to take control of our lives, we want to live in the moment, we want to spend more time on our hobbies or whatever it is. But I'm actually going to be so fucking stunning and brave right now. But it's also a political stance to take, actually, in my eyes, to stand against the rise of generative AI and say, no, I actually want to engage with something created by a human being. I even want to create things myself just as much as or even more than I want to consume what others create as well. To try to slow down in a world that is constantly telling you to speed up, do more, be more, consume more. It is anti-capitalist, or at least non-capitalist, to not be living at 100 miles an hour and never feeling like you've got enough or done enough, or even that you are enough as a person. We have been so convinced that we need to prove our worthiness by pushing ourselves to the max. But you are actually enough as a person, even if you never set or achieve another fucking career or personal development goal in your entire life. Just by being here and being a human being together on this planet, that's enough to be worthy to be part of a community to me, which, by the way, connection, actual human connection, are what makes this life worth living. Like making memories with people and experiencing the love of others, and not hanging out on our own because we need to accomplish this, that and the other. Getting off social media and refusing to be constantly advertised to stop consuming things a million miles an hour and to actually stop and think more intentionally about what you're doing is the last thing capitalism wants you to do. It wants you to keep watching, keep scrolling, stay tired and run down and busy because you are so much more likely to buy things as a result of those actions. But to spend more time interacting with the people around you, your loved ones, the people in your community, actually connecting with people and mobilising together and creating change, instead of being sucked into the hatred vortex. I don't think we are at the point where going analogue or no phone usage is like happening as a large change on like a wider global scale. However, if it continues along the trend path that it is going and it becomes more of a movement, guys, I am truly begging everyone, myself included, to put our thinking caps on, because capitalism will be coming for the analog girlies. Brands are gonna do everything in their power to get us to buy their physical media or whatever, and we truly are not fucking doing this again. Like, please remind yourself why you're doing this. Don't you already have things that can replace your phone usage if you truly need to do something else? You know, I'm writing in notebooks I already owned. I'm filling in a Sudoku book that I already owned, and it's fine once you've used these things to get a new one, if that's something that you enjoy doing and you're actively doing. But when you're starting something for the first time, like, is there the need? If you're just wanting to start trying to journal or whatever and you're not sure if you're gonna like it, maybe just use a notebook that you've already got at first. Maybe it's already got a few pages written on it, but yeah, who cares? Maybe get into the habit first and fill that notebook before you decide to get a new one. And didn't you already try to start knitting and crocheting before? Maybe finish the project that you started before you try a new one with a bunch of newly bought supplies. I don't know. Maybe just try to use the things you already have and use them up. Maybe you don't need a new thing unless you're replacing something that has already been used. And then you know that it's actually worth getting something to replace it, since you've enjoyed it enough to use the whole thing, you know? At no other point in time have we had so much access to stuff that now it feels like taking a literal fucking political position to try and protect the environment, to be like, guys, I think we should maybe use the things we have before we get something else. Yeah, no fucking shit. Like, that used to be the way that things were. You would just use what you had, not buy 29 CDs because I just got a new CD player because hashtag going analog, hashtag Y2K aesthetic. You can love and enjoy the aesthetic of old school stuff. It's pretty cool and charming, actually, especially now that shit's so streamlined and ugly. We still kind of had a bit of whimsy in the early 2000s because tech was still fun and new and exciting, and now it's slightly terrifying, actually, technology, and it's moving further and further away from the general public's understanding, I feel, and further away from our control and our input and from literal regulation. Like, the fact that artificially intelligent large language models were released to the public as what has essentially been a morally bankrupt drug trial in order to train these systems at the jeopardy of human beings' livelihoods is absolutely fucking diabolically criminal to me, and it absolutely is that serious. Of course, we want to return to a time when this stuff didn't make us literally want to shit ourselves with fear, when it felt fun and cool and youthful and cute and aesthetic. As I said, I don't think we're quite there, like rejecting our phones and going analog. I don't think that this trend or movement or whatever you want to call it, I think it's getting quite big online in like leftist circles especially, but honestly I don't think it's quite going mainstream just yet, at least not enough for like brands to start changing up their strategy, because every single advert I'm seeing or hearing right now is just straight up unapologetically using generative AI, or just is 100% generative AI. But I truly have like the nightmare scenario in my brain where we try to pendulum swing so hard the other way, away from anti-intellectualism AI, brain rot like advertising, social media, and we go back around to like over consuming things to be analog. And we're not there yet, we're literally not there, we're truly not there, but I do see people starting to consume more again in this vein of trying to be away from a screen or to be more analog. I truly don't think those people are badly intentioned, and I don't think you're a fucking criminal if you buy something new. Like, I don't. We are all truly trying our best. I literally bought things to try and be off my phone. I'm just buying those things secondhand. But I feel like the reason that I needed to speak on this is because I have hope right now. Guys, I have hope. What this trend of anti-phones and all that like stands for is giving me hope in the people, and I want to stay united in this goal together. It's going to be lots of us imperfectly making our way towards the goal, but yeah, none of us are going to be perfect. Like, that's not what this is about. It's just about avoiding going so far in the other direction that you realise you've gone in a circle. I'm just sending a message to us all, myself included, to ask ourselves, if we need to be buying something new, if we need to be buying 10 things, maybe you can just get one. Maybe you can just get one. And to just remind ourselves like what this is all for, and the world maybe that we want to see at the end of it. And let's just try our damn hardest not to fall victim to capitalism and consumerism and the hamster wheel, because if it becomes popular enough to stick it to the fucking man in this way, then there will be retaliation. Thank you for listening. Truly, I'm sorry for almost ranting there. I just feel very passionately about all the themes within this topic, but like, yeah, maybe I should settle down. But anyway, take care, have a good day, goodbye.